Want to make a sock on a 60 peg loom? Maybe you want to do a short row toe and a Fleegle heel. Today, I'm going to walk you through the math on how to set that up on your loom. Hi y'all, I'm Erica from the Lopsidedcrafter.com. Let's get started. So there is a little bit of math involved when it comes to doing a sock on the loom, for you to determine where to do your toe shaping and your heel shaping. I am going to give you the math for a toe, short row toe, and a Fleegle heel. Although I do want to mention that if you want to do a short row heel, the math for the short row heel is exactly the same as the toe. So the first thing you want to do is divide your pegs in half. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we're going to work on the toe. So if I have a 60 peg loom, we're going to divide that by 2, which is 30, which is our A, half the loom. Then we are going to take the 30 and divide that by 3. That equals B, which is the pegs that we need for the short row toe and the short row heel, which is 10. Okay, so what that means is that the pegs from here to here, because I've already got this marked at the 30, we need 30 pegs here, and they are going to be marked off in 10 because we have a 10 here. If that was a different number, say it was a 12, or say you want to make your toe bed wider because you know the 10 is not enough, that is fine. You just make sure that you have the same amount of pegs on the outside, and you can have more or less on the inside as long as the ones on the outside are the same. That way your increases and your decreases will be even. Okay. I hope that made sense. So what we're going to do now is mark this off. We know that I need 3 groups of 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I know by this being marked off that from here to here and in the middle is going to be the area that I work my short row toe. And if you're using a short row heel, this would be the same. So from your beginning marker to this marker, and then this marker to your end marker, those are the stitches that are increased and decreased. And then these stitches here in the middle are what stays the same. Now, to take that a step further, I do have videos on my channel about actually working a short row heel and a short row toe and how to make a vanilla sock. So you can find that here on the channel if that interests you. But to do the Fleegle heel, it's a little different, and this is what one looks like. So you have your wedge, basically. And then it gives you a nice little point here at the back. So if you were wanting to do a design on the back of your sock, that's where you would start it, because this sits right at the base of the top of your heel. So that's kind of what the Fleegle heel looks like. So you've got to go a little bit further when it comes to the Fleegle heel. So we're going to work this over here. So we're going to take our pegs and we're going to divide them by 3. And that is 1/3 of the loom. So that equals A. Then we are going to times A by 2, which is the heel pegs needed. So we times that by 2, and that's 40, okay? So if we need 40 pegs for the Fleegle heel, but we have to keep the middle of the heel in line with the middle of the toe, we automatically know that our middle pegs are going to be 10. So then we have to come up with the number on each side to equal that 40. Well, because this is an even amount of pegs, we automatically know that it's going to be 15, because 15 and 15 is 30 plus 10 is 40. So what does that mean? That means that we need to add 2 more stitch markers to our loom. Not counting these in the middle, we need 15 from here to our ending point. So we know this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're going to add 5 more. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We know this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So now, when we do our heel, we have incorporated all 40 stitches that we need, keeping these 10 in the middle the same so that the toe and the heel will line up. So the next thing we need to figure out for the second part of the Fleegle heel, so this is part 1, but this is part 2. So now we need to figure out where that center point is so that we can finish the heel. So I'm going to grab 2 more stitch markers, and I always try to make everything a different color just so I kind of know. So we have 10 pegs here in the middle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So what we need to do is find our middle pegs. So we know by looking at this, let's draw this over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So we can tell by looking at this that these 4 and these 4 could be on the end, which would leave these 2 in the middle as our center point of that 10. I hope that makes sense. So what that means is that peg 5 and 6 of this 10 is going to be the center. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so now we have, let's just put one of those on there. There we go. So pegs 5 and 6 are marked, and we have 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is how you set up the loom to do the Fleegle heel and or the short row shape heel and the short row shape toe on a 60 peg loom. There will be a video on how to do the Fleegle heel after I come back from my surgery leave. So expect that in the next month or so. And if I have already done one by the time you've watched this video, it will be linked below. So if you have any questions on how to do different looms, please don't hesitate to reach out. But again, the math is pretty simple to figure out the short row shaping of the heel and the toe. If you decide to go that way, you divide the pegs by 2 to get half of the loom, and then you divide that by 3 to get your thirds. So with the 60 peg loom, we divided it by 2 and got 30. We divided the 30 by 3 and got 10. So we know we needed 10 pegs for the increase and 10 for the toe heel bed. So that would work, that math works for both the short row heel and the short row toe. If you are wanting to do the Fleegle, in order to get the tip of your heel to line up with the tip of your toe, you have to make sure that number in the middle is the same. So we divide the pegs by 3 and we got 20. Then we times that by 2, which gives us the amount of pegs that we need for the Fleegle heel, which is 40. And we take that number and figure out how many we need on each side, keeping that 10 the same. So we have 15. And then from that 10, we figure out which 2 pegs are in the middle for that Fleegle heel. Again, the math, I know it looks complicated and crazy, but it is rather easy. And like I said, you definitely can reach out if you need help trying to figure out how many pegs you would need on the loom that you are working on. And be looking for that Fleegle heel video in the future after I get back from my medical leave. And until next time, happy loom knitting. Bye.